Most traders think that the problem is the strategy. It's not. They think they need more indicators, better software, a $50,000 course for some guru. They do not. I'm going to tell you something that might piss you off at first, but it will change everything if you let it sink in. The reason why you're not consistent has nothing to do with what you know. It has to do with everything what you do. And right now, you're doing all the wrong things. How do I know this? Because I was you, waking up at 6:30 a.m., opening charts, no plan, chasing green, bleeding red, and just hoping, feeling this close to figuring it out until I realized something, that turned a 17-year-old kid with a 3.5K live account into 6 figures trading options before graduating high school. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you isn't another strategy. It's a rewiring of how you trade. My name is Richard, and I'm not some 40-year-old hedge fund guy. I'm 19, and before you click away thinking, what can this kid teach me? Well, hear me out. In 2024, I made around $50,000 trading options. But here's what matters more. In 2025, I stacked consistent months. 12.4K, 12.6K, 11.7K, 10.8K, 7.8K, and 18K at the highest, which is crazy. I even grew a $500 account into $2,000 in just 1 month. It's documented with strict risk management. It's not luck, it's not gambling, it's not guessing, it's none of those things. I didn't even chase alerts at 9:31 a.m. It's by following a system. The same system I follow to this day. It's the same system I'm about to show you right now. Because the truth is, if a high school kid could do it while juggling homework and managing a relationship, you can too. The question is, are you willing to do what actually works instead of doing what actually feels like it should work? But first, let me show you why everything you've tried has failed. Let me paint a picture and stop me when it sounds familiar. You wake up, market opens in 20 minutes. You pull up your charts, 50 different tickers and 100 different indicators and red and green candles dancing. You don't really have a plan, but you're watching, waiting, FOMO building. Then something moves. QQQ skyrockets without you. And you're thinking, am I too late? Should I get in? You hesitate and it keeps on going and you're convinced. Now then you jump in. Now then you're down 30%, 50%. And I hope you're not holding it either, but you're telling yourself, it'll come back, and it doesn't come back. You cut the loss and your loss is locked in. The frustration is building within you. And what do? You find another ticker and you do the exact same thing, thinking, yo, I can make that back. Another loss. And then you trade another 7 to maybe 8 or 10 times that day, hoping one will hit. And then you're down on the day, let's say $200, $500. If more, that's bad. And the worst part, you knew you shouldn't have done it. You knew you were revenge trading. You knew you were chasing, but you did it anyway. But here's what's actually happening. You don't have a FOMO problem. You don't have a discipline problem. You have an identity problem. Right now, you're not a trader. You're a gambler with a brokerage account. And I'm not saying it to be harsh, because that was exactly who I was. 2023, I was that guy. Paper trading, Discord hopping, chasing alerts. And I tried drop shipping on the side, maybe because trading wasn't it. And the motions, I felt them all. And especially, I missed the move and I jumped in too late. Also greed. Watching green turn to red only because I wanted more. Revenge trading, trying to make back the losses instantly, and also over trading, trying to trade like 7 to 8 times a day, trying to force the market to pay me. I was in high school, homework piling up, relationship stress, and trying to prove to everyone and trying to prove to myself that I could do this. And the market kept humbling me. But here's a hard truth they don't tell you. The market doesn't care for your effort. The market doesn't care if you woke up early. The market doesn't care if you are passionate about it. It only rewards one thing, and that's structure. And structure was the one thing I didn't have. So what changed? Why did I go from losing to 10K months? Is what I'm about to show you right now. Let me guess, you've tried already. You joined a Discord, maybe 2, maybe 5, maybe 3, or you paid for a course and learned from some strategy like longer bands, MACD, RSI, whatever. You follow the alert channels, bought when they said buy, sold when they said sold, and maybe you made money once or twice, but it never stuck. You know why? Because those things never taught you how to trade. They taught you how to follow. Discord pumps alerts. You're scrambling to keep up. By the time you enter, the move is already gone. Courses teach strategies, 50 different setups, maybe 10 different indicators, and if this crosses that and the RSI is here, you're paralyzed by options. Alert services make you dependent. You're waiting on someone else to tell you what to do, and when they're wrong, you're still the one losing money. And look, I'm not saying people running those are bad people. Some of them are really good traders. But here's a massive difference between watching someone else trade and actually becoming the trader yourself. It's like watching Gordon Ramsay cook versus actually learning how to cook. You need the fundamentals, the structure, the discipline, not another strategy, not more alerts, not a more complexity. You need a system that works even when no one's watching, even when emotions are high, even when the market's chaotic. That's what changed everything for me. Here's the exact moment that everything shifted. In 2020, 2023, I'm sitting at my desk, another red day, and I ask myself this simple question. What if the problem isn't what I'm trading, it's how I trade? You see, everyone's obsessed with what to trade, what's moving, what ticker, what setup, but almost nobody talks about how to trade. How do you manage emotions? How do you build a routine? How do you prevent FOMO? How do you cut losses without spiraling? And that's when it hit me. The market wasn't my enemy. My lack of discipline was. So I made a decision. I stopped trying to trade everything. I stopped chasing. I stopped joining discourse. Instead, I stuck to 6 tickers only. I built a system, clear entries, clear exits, clear risk rules. And here's what happened. Structure led to consistency. Consistency led into confidence, and confidence led into profits. And by the end of 2024, I made $50,000. And in 2025, 10K plus months. All from the same system, the same 6 tickers, the same risk rules. And that's what I'm going to teach you today. Not how to chase some new hot ticker, not how to use 17 different indicators, but I'm going to show you how to build a system so repeatable that trading becomes boring. And boring in trading, boring is profitable. Let me break down how this system actually works. All right, the 6 ticker system. Here's how it works. Step 1, eliminate the noise. Most traders have 50 tickers on their watch list, 50 chances to get distracted, 50 chances of getting FOMO. You're only going to have 6. Why? Because you can't build mastery when you're spread thin. You need to know these tickers like the back of your hand. Step 2, master key levels. Every day before market even opens, open up your charts and mark out your key levels. The high of day, low of day, pre-market high, pre-market low. Those are your zones, your structure, and you're not guessing. You're waiting for price to come to you. Step 3, wait for your setup. Here's where most traders fail. They trade because market is open. You trade only because your setup is right there. An A+ setup, the clear entry trigger, clear invalidation, and clear risk. Step 4, risk management that actually works. The max risk per trade should be 1 to 3% of your account, and the max daily loss should be 5%. And the daily trades you should be taking is like 1 to 3 max. These rules are a container. They protect you from yourself when emotions are high. You're not trying to make back the losses. You're not trying to revenge trade. You're trying to play defense first, offense second. Then step 5, journal everything. Everything should be logged. Entry, exit, emotion, screenshots, what you did right, what you did wrong, and by the end of the week, you review. And this is where growth happens. You can't fix patterns you cannot see. Most traders repeat the same mistakes because they don't look back. You will not be most traders. And then step 6, daily routine. So let's just say you wake up around 6 a.m., you mark your key levels, you mark out everything before market even opens. And then once market opens, you wait for your setup, nothing else. And 9:30 to 11 a.m., that's your closing window. 1 to 3 trades that day. And then at 4 p.m., you journal, review, and then you move on. And that's it. That's the system. It's not sexy. It's not complicated. It's definitely not going to make you like a day trader from the Wolf of Wall Street, but it works. After I followed this system, everything changed. My equity curve stabilized, my emotions cooled down, and then my more confidence skyrocketed. I went from I'd hope I'd be green on the day to knowing exactly what I'm looking for. And if I didn't see it, I didn't trade. And that's the difference between a gambler and a trader. A gambler needs action. A trader needs edge. And this system is your edge. And this system works because it's not built on hope. It's built on structure. And this structure is what builds consistency. I've helped traders break the exact same cycles you're stuck in right now. Overtrading, FOMOing into everything, revenge trading. They went from inconsistent and emotional to disciplined and profitable. Not overnight, but systematically. Because when you have structure, transformation isn't optional. It's inevitable. So now let me show you how this looks like in your life. Imagine this, you wake up, it's 6 a.m. You're not stressed, you're not anxious, you're not none of those things anymore. You pull up your charts, your same 6 tickers, you mark out your pre-market high, pre-market low, high of day, low of day, key levels basically. And now you know what you're looking for. And then market opens, and then you watch. You're not gambling anymore. And then you see your A+ setup. You set up your stop loss, your take profit. The risk reward is like $50 to make potentially, say, $150. And you enter on that. And it hits your TP. And now you're done on the day. You close your laptop. It's 10 a.m. You journal your trade. And now you go live your life. No revenge trading, no staring at the charts all day, no emotional roller coasters. This is exactly what the system gives you. Freedom, not just financial freedom, but emotional freedom, time freedom. And now you're not chained to the markets anymore. You're not dependent on alerts, and now you're not a gambler anymore. And that version of you, that's who you become when you commit to this process. But I know what you're thinking. Richard, this sounds great, but I've tried systems before, I've been disciplined before, but it never sticks. And I get it. And you're right, knowing what to do is easy, but actually doing it, that's actually the hardest part. But here's the truth, you cannot do this alone. Not because you're weak, but because trading is the only profession where you're rewarded while doing nothing most of the time. It's counterintuitive. It goes against every instinct. Your brain wants action. Market rewards patience. When your emotions want revenge, the system demands discipline. Your ego wants to prove you right. Profitable trading requires you to admit when you're wrong. And that's why most traders fail. Not because they don't know what to do, but they can't consistently do it. You need accountability. You need structure. You need someone who has been where you were and got to the other side. You need to see how trading thinks in the real time, how they handle FOMO, how they cut losses, how they stick to the rules, even when everything inside them is trying to break them. You need to build the identity of a trader, not just to learn strategies. And that transformation doesn't happen by watching more YouTube videos or buying another course. It happens through daily practice, daily accountability, and doing the right things. It happens when someone who already did it shows you how they do it every single day. That's what actually creates change. So here's what happens next. If you're sitting here thinking, this is exactly what I need. I'm ready to stop gambling, start trading. I'm ready to build real discipline and real consistency. Then I want to talk to you, not to pitch you, not to pressure you, but to see if you're ready for this. Because here's the thing, I don't work with everyone. I work with people who are serious, people who are willing to put in the work, people who understand that consistency isn't sexy, but it's everything. If you're looking for alerts, I'm not your guy. If you're looking for hype, I'm not your guy. But if you're looking to build a real trading system, to develop real discipline, and to become the type of trader who doesn't need anyone else's signals because they trust their own process, then we should talk. Below this video, there's a button. Click it, book a call with me. We'll talk about where you are right now, where you want to be, and what's been holding you back. And I'll show you exactly how you can get there. No BS, no pressure, just an honest conversation about your trading journey and to see if this system is right for you. Here's what you need to understand. Every day you wait is another day of the same patterns. Another day of FOMO, another day of revenge trading, another day of over trading, another day watching your account sing wildly because you have no structure. How much has that cost you already? $500, $1,000, God forbid, maybe $5,000 or more. And it's not just the money, it's the confidence. It's the belief you could actually do this. Every failed trade chips away at that belief. Every blown account makes you question if you're really cut out for this. Every month that ends in red makes you think if you should just give up. But you don't have to keep living that way. The market will be here tomorrow. The question is, will you still be trading the same way tomorrow? Or will you actually commit to structure that actually works? 6 months from now, you're going to look back at this exact moment. I'm glad I finally committed. My trading is different. I'm consistent, disciplined, I'm profitable, and I have a system that actually works. Or I wish I just had done it. I'm still stuck. I'm still inconsistent. Which one will you be? The version of you that wakes up with a plan, with discipline, that ends the day with controlled wins and controlled losses, that doesn't chase FOMO or overtrade or revenge trade anymore. That version of you is real. They're possible. They are not some fantasy. They are not reserved for people who have more money or more time or more intelligence. They are just on the other side of a decision. The decision to stop doing what doesn't work and start doing what does. The decision to stop being a gambler and start being a trader. The decision to stop hoping and start executing. I made that decision in 2023 and that changed everything. $50,000 in 2024 and 2025, 10K plus months consistently. A skill that nobody could take away from me. Not luck, not talent, just structure and discipline. And now I'm extending that opportunity to you. Click the button below, book a call with me. Let's talk about your trading, your goals, your challenges, and let's figure out if the 6-ticker system is the solution that you've been looking for. I'm ready when you are. I'll see you on call.